Hey everyone, welcome back to FTB Infinity Evolved. Picking up right where we left off last episode, where we set up a nice Steve's Carts tree farm, and I have to say this thing is doing amazing. It's doing really well. We've already got over 11 stacks of wood, and we're actually getting a pretty decent little food source coming in as well, so we really don't go through a lot of food. I've had a small little wheat farm I've been using just for the time being. It's not even anything amazing, and it's been sufficing for a while, so I'm assuming with all of these apples, we're going to be doing just fine, no problem. So today, guys, I actually have a little bit of a goal in mind. Today, I'm going to kind of back away from getting other things started. I want to work for myself, and by that, I mean I want to start getting some more armor. I want to start getting my jetpack, finally. And I'm actually going to work towards using Simply Jetpacks in this case, because I do like Simply Jetpacks. They have some really cool jetpacks. There are some other ones. We have like the jetpack from Industrial Craft. Granted, yeah, we could have made this. Granted, we can go ahead and make the electric jetpack if we go to the Nether. Actually, hold on. Well, technically we wouldn't have to if we got lucky and got it through like a scrap box and set up a whole system for that. Or if we went down the magic tree, which I don't really plan on doing, the bee tree and all of that stuff. I mean, yeah, we could do that. We'd also have to set up a system to actually get it charged and all that good stuff. I'm not sure if we can actually charge that in the charging station upstairs. But there's a lot of other nice jetpacks as well. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and make one from Simply Jetpacks, and I'll upgrade to a different one later on. Probably either going to try out that Flux Infused, or might go with the Graviation Suite. Is that what it is? Graviation? I always thought it was Gravitation. I'm sorry. I don't know. I thought there was something like that in another mod, maybe. I don't know. That's probably why I always thought that. So anyways, what do we need to actually get started with a jetpack? In fact, I'm probably not even going to worry about Leadstone. I'm going to try to get up to a reinforced one if I can, because I do have a lot of Electrum. We just need certain, certain resources, and for that we should have enough. We got a lot of copper. We got a lot of Electrum. I do have some Invar ready to go. I might want to think about getting a little bit more going at the moment. And that would be ferrous, I believe 1 to 2 on iron, but ooh. Alright, so that would be 8, because I'm pretty sure the gravel ore actually doubles in the smeltery as well, so yeah, that should work. And we'll go ahead and turn that off for the time being, because I feel like I may possibly need some more, what is that stuff called? Invar, yeah, aha, hee-hoo-yee. So what are we going to need for all this? Well, in order to make the flux capacitor, we do have the sulfur, we do have all of the lead, copper, and electrotine. The problem here is, well, we do need leather. That is a little bit of an issue. So let's go ahead and do one more thing real quick. A while back ago, we made some safari nets, and we captured a few cows. So we're going to set up a little farm downstairs real quick, and just go ahead and do a little bit of breeding. Now, oh, there's some leather right there. That'll suffice, but it would be a good idea to go ahead and get them going. It wouldn't be actually a bad idea to go ahead and do a feeder. What is it called? Oh, it's a feed station, my bad. Feed station from Railcraft. These things are pretty easy to make. We just need a steel plate, which just requires a little bit of steel upstairs, and I've also installed some elevators to the second floor. A lot nicer than those really slow-looking ladders and stuff. So, some really quick steel plates coming up. Let it do its thing. Then all we have to do is just get some wood and make some golden carrots. We do have carrots. That was weird. It's like, I figured you were done. And we should have carrots actually in here already. We need one more. So we are going to need a little bit of gold. Thankfully, we do have plenty of that. And I think that'll be more than enough, actually. That should be good. 36. We'll have a little bit left over. No big deal. But we should have our carrots growing outside still as well. Just go ahead and pick those guys up. Pick up one. We don't need all of them at the moment. Really need to do something about my door. It's really not the best door in the world. It's not set up properly. I know this. I know. Trust me. Alright, and we'll just go ahead and click through here, do this, make 4 of those, and we can easily get some wood to finish the crafting process. Let's do just that. That'll be a little bit easier. There we go. And we have ourselves a feed station. Now, the feed station is a nice little machine that really doesn't require anything. It just requires whatever you want to use to breed your animals with. So, and I don't really mean that in the sense that you actually get to choose, but you actually need like wheat for your cows, you need carrots for your pigs, you know, seeds for your chickens. So, and it only accepts one item at a time. So you have to make sure you use the correct food or whatever item you want to call it. But I figured we could set it up back here maybe. I think this might be a nice little area. Now, unfortunately, I think what I'm going to need to do is probably just go ahead and grab a little bit of building material, because I'm not going to make this too fancy at the moment. I'm just going to go ahead and just make this out of like some cobblestone and stuff, just because, don't really need to do too fancy at the moment. So I'm just going to build this 2 high over here. And let's go ahead and put our torches back there so we have light. And then we'll just go ahead and close this off here, which we're going to need a little bit more cobble. Let's do this. Bloop. And maybe a little bit there. Like I said, I'll make this look a little bit nicer later on, but for now, this should suffice. So I'm going to go ahead and place our feed station in as far as the middle as I possibly can. I don't really see a way for these guys to get out. We'll go ahead and close that off. Let's go ahead and put another torch in, and we should be good to go. Toss our feed in there, which is our wheat, because we're using cows. Cow number 1 and cow number 2. Oh yeah, I forgot Mr. Cool Cow. Yeah, Mr. Cool Cow. Welcome to the abode. Hopefully you two get along very well. You should get a little bit closer to feed station so you two make cool cow babies. There we go, that's what I'm talking about. So anytime they're ready to mate and they're close enough to the feed station, it'll go ahead and give them some wheat and they'll do their thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this up for the time being. Give them a little bit of light. We're gonna head back upstairs and we're gonna get started with our jetpack. And I wouldn't mind getting some armor as well, because right now armor, I'm just sporting a fancy hat, pretty much, for the most part. Fancy hat being protection 3 and breaking 3. Not too bad, but I got it off some crazy skeleton that was trying to shoot me in the face, so completely okay there. And he didn't deserve it anyway. So, all right, what are we gonna need again? Our jetpacks? Well, we're actually gonna have to make our way through getting some thrusters here. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and make the Leadstone version of this and upgrade it through this method here, because yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to. I thought we could just, make them individually, but it looks like we are gonna have to actually go through the tiers. But we are gonna need, uranium. Interesting. So you're telling me I am going to have to go through and make a thermal centrifuge for this one? Okay, now you're getting a little crazy on me. I think, maybe? Reactant dynamo requires uranium. Unless, can we just like cook this or something? Or is that like literally all we can do? See, that's uranium ingot, and that makes the crushed uranium ore in the macerator. Compressor gives you an ingot. Alright guys, and we're back. I kinda had a little bit of a crash checking out uses on uranium, so we won't do that again. Let's go ahead back to our jetpacks, not jetpacks, our jetpacks. And I have actually kind of think I might have found an exploit. I might have. I'm gonna message T-Fox about this later after I make my jetpack. But apparently we could take our uranium and just go ahead and put it in our smeltery, which I know definitely does not sound safe whatsoever, but apparently it works. And what we can do at that point is pour it into blocks of uranium. So I don't know if this is going to be intended or not, but I'm going to do it anyway because I don't feel like making a thermionic centrifuge majigger and stuff like that, because yeah, that's going to be painful. So we're going to go through this route. Now, fortunately, that's only on the second tier, and we'll get to that in a minute. So first off, let's go ahead and make sure this melts all the way through before we do this, and see maybe if we can like just try it and see if it works. Otherwise, I might have a little bit of a change of plans. Give me molten uranium. Whoa. Yes. All right, pour this out into the block form. So the block form should give us the actual uranium we're gonna need. I don't think it's gonna go back into ingots, but yeah. Okay. Problem with this is I don't know. Are we allowed to touch this? Oh, I guess we are. Cool. Yeah, look at that. Uranium. Easy. Ah! Ah! Go away! Ah! I got radiation! No! Why am I not taking damage? I have like radiation poisoning. I'm not even taking damage. Oh well, I guess holding on to uranium's really not that bad. Apparently. Alright, so we are gonna need to make some capacitors and all of that good jazz. Next off, we are gonna need a new machine, something we haven't made yet. We are going to need to make ourselves a... Well, we already got the compressor, but we're gonna need like a macerator, we're gonna need some sort of pulverizer, or in this case, I'm gonna go ahead and get us going on the, go into here, the crusher from Railcraft. Nice and easy. We need some blocks of steel, we're gonna need some pistons and diamonds. Now, I think I do have enough steel for this. We got 48 ingots worth at the moment. And I believe we have upstairs, I've gone ahead and made up some pistons. Pretty sure I have enough. We're gonna need to make up, this is 3x2x2. I think we need, wait a minute. 3x2x2? So that would be, oh yeah, we need 3 sets. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so we need 3 blocks of iron. I thought I had that right. We're gonna need 3 blocks of iron. We're gonna need 12 pistons and 12 diamonds. So, oh nice, what do you know? We got plenty. We are good to go. Now, where are we gonna put this guy? I have no clue. I'll find a good place for it real quick in just a minute, and I'm hoping it should take the immersive engineering power. I mean, we should be able to at least. And let's see, let's go and grab 12 of these guys, and we'll make up our crusher. Now this crusher is a little slow, so we are gonna have to just wait a little while, for one, and 2, we are gonna need this at some point to help us make a different machine as well. So let's go ahead and set ourselves up with the crusher. As you can see, that formed there. That little guy popped his little face in the bottom center block there. That means our crusher has been formed. And all we need to do is get ourselves some electrum wire and a connector, which right there. Nice. And we should be able to supply power to him, no problem. I'm pretty sure we should also be able to do this and pop in some coal into this guy. So there we go. We got power coming in. Nice. And we'll head downstairs, grab ourselves some coal. And I know I'm at some point gonna probably need to do obsidian as well. And the only way to get obsidian, I think, is maybe through the rock crusher. So can we put this in here? Oh, we can't. Oh, well then. Looks like we're gonna be making another machine in a minute. Which, first, I'm gonna grab some obsidian. We're gonna toss that inside of our crusher. And this should make us crushed obsidian, which is what we're going to use. Oh, that sounds so cool. Wow, is that seriously using that much power? Is it seriously using more power than it can, like, transfer? That is insane. Anyways, we have ourselves 3 crushed obsidian. And what are we gonna use this for? Well, we're gonna make ourselves from Industrial Craft the Macerator. This is actually a changed recipe in here. We're going to need 3 crushed obsidian, a couple pieces of cobblestone, our basic machine casing, and the electronic circuit. So I'm going to go ahead and run through real quick, guys. Get my basic machine casing. And we'll be back in just a minute after I get that and our electronic circuit made. I'll see you guys back here in just a minute. Alright guys, and we're back, macerator made, and 2 full stacks of coal run through it, so that we have plenty of coal dust to make ourselves more compressed coal balls. Thanks to our compressor. That sounds really awkward, but there we go. Coal ball consists of pulverized coal around flint, and then just compressed into the compressed version of that. So we're going to need that to craft us real quick. I think it's the dynamos that we need this for. Yeah, we need that with, oh wow, we actually need quite a few of those. So yeah, I am going to go ahead and let that run real quick. Let's go ahead and get, bam, that done. Let's get some flint in there. And I'm going to go ahead and toss this into the compressor, not the extractor. And I'm going to let that start doing some work because we're going to have to surround that with some obsidian. And that will be our first leadstone thruster, hopefully. And we'll have to go ahead and compensate for our next one. So let's go down, jump, get us some more coal. Looks like we're probably going to need a fair bit of coal for this whole process. Thankfully, we do have Fortune 3 on our Wind Fury pickaxe. Let's go ahead and jump into our macerator. Let some more of this start going, because these machines, yeah, they're really slow. We can work on getting these overclocked to speed them up, make them go a little bit faster. But right now, I'm just not at that point. So, kind of gotta bear through the whole, slow process here. So, all right, do I have any more flint? I believe I got a whole bunch of flint downstairs. So much happier with that. Ooh, nice, we got plenty. So much happier with this elevator now. A lot more happiness is invoked throughout the base. I can promise you this. All right, so we got 4 compressed coal balls at the moment. Pretty good. So I've already pre-crafted quite a few things we're gonna actually need. In fact, let's also go ahead and quickly make, do I have the iron on me? Wow, I don't have any iron in here. Seriously, no iron, man? What are you, crazy? I've also went ahead and made up some lead plates, tossing some lead into the metal former, and currently I got steel in here to make dense iron plates, I believe. Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. We'll see. I've went ahead and tossed them in there just for that reason, because I know we are going to need them. All right, got a little bit of iron, and I think we'll grab this table real quick. We need to only make 1 leather strap. There it is. Bam, done. And I've already made I've already made up to the redstone flux capacitor, but we are going to need a leadstone one, so I do need to figure out what I can do to get some sulfur here. So we got sulfur, more gunpowder. How am I going to go about getting a gunpowder without running out and killing creepers? Well, we got regular sulfur, niter, stuff, chemistry, that stuff I don't like, creepers that are stupid, and erg. Well then, you're gonna make me go all the way outside, find a creeper. Let's see, IC2 and just railcraft. Is that the only sulfur? Oh, thermal foundation, there we go. Pulverizer. Ooh. Yeah, don't have a pulverizer yet, but I can see the use in a pulverizer very, very soon. Might be a good idea. Yep. Or a crusher, actually. A crusher from Immersive Engineering does produce sometimes byproducts. So I'm going to have to run around real quick, guys. I'm showing you guys I'm pretty much in the process of doing a whole bunch of crafting here. We're almost there on parts of this. Oops. Forgot I left all that in there. And we will be working on getting this jetpack up and running very, very soon. You can see we have the leadstone, so we need to work on the steam dynamo, which I think we have just about everything. We just need to set up some of these transmission coils here. Bam. And downstairs in our smeltery, actually I've already poured them out. I've already got some bronze gears and copper gears ready to go. It seems like I got a little bit of a lag or something this this morning. I don't know what's going on here. Something weird's happening this morning. It's evening. What am I saying? It's it's evening time, sunsetting. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and try our first dynamo. We got everything. We should have everything. I have the redstone chipsets. Those were made. We made those a long time ago. Apparently shift clicking in there is not, oh, that's why we don't have the copper ingots we need. We really need to get ourselves set up with a logistics pipe system very soon, I think. Would not be a bad idea. Let's just go ahead and grab a few ingots worth, but thankfully we have the elevators. Makes life a lot easier and a lot quicker. Doesn't slow us down as much, and there we are. But we have our first steam dynamo. So, guys, I'm going to do a little bit more work. I got a little bit more stuff to do, but there's our refined iron plates. We are going to need those as well. I'm going to go ahead and fill up this chest with a lot of the stuff that we are going to be using to start making our jetpacks. That's right. All right, we'll be back in just a minute after hopefully I go find myself a creeper to kill. Be back in just a minute. Alright guys, and we're back ready to craft up our 2 leadstone thrusters. There we go. all ready to go. Did all of the crafting we needed for that. And we should be able to now finally make our very first jetpack. We got our leadstone flux capacitor. We need our, where's my leather belt? There it is. Well, it's leather strap, whatever, same thing, right? And then we just need ourselves a little bit of lead, and we finally have our very first leadstone jetpack. We should be able to toss it right inside of our charging table, as we can see it powering up. Now, the problem with this little guy is there is not much power at all in him. But it does work, so it does sustain us for a little bit of flight. It's not too bad. As you can see, it's wearing down. Not too bad, but at least it does give us a little bit of flight, and that is very nice. I am very grateful for this. Let's actually head outside. We can also change it, I think. We'll have to look into the controls. Dark steel, verification, something, inventories and tweaks and miscellaneouses and movements and, oh, come on, there it is. So toggle emergency hover mode. Ooh, that's cool. Toggle engine flux pack is K. Toggle hover mode is semicolon. Okay, let's see. Doop. Oh, nice. Sweet. Like it. Hover mode allows us to pretty much just let off the spacebar, and it'll slowly allow a descent down. And I like that. That's pretty cool. So if we hit that one more time, change that off, and then K turns off the jetpack. Okay, I'm assuming turns it back on. Yep, there we go. Nice. So the other thing about the leadstone jetpack is that, well, being the bottom tier, I don't know if the emergency's turned on. There's usually like an emergency version where if you're really high up and you fall very quickly towards the ground, right before you hit the ground, it'll jetpack that, just like that, but I just kind of did that myself. But usually it would do that and prevent you from falling to your death or hurting you. Okay, so apparently that's not working. I gotta enable that. I'll have to go into the controls and turn that on. So the other thing about the lowest tier jetpack here is the fact that, well, you don't ascend very well. It's very low on power. Like, it goes through really, really quick and all that stuff. So I would like to upgrade this to the next tier at least, and possibly to even the reinforced version of it. Problem is, on the next tier, we're going to need to make up the hardened flux ducts, which require not reinforced, but refined iron plates, which I've already made. But what I was going to say, and what got me confused there for a second and saying the wrong stuff, is that we need hardened glass, which unfortunately requires an induction smelter. So we are going to have to do crafting of our very first thermal expansion machine. So we need the induction smelter. So this guy right here. Not too bad to craft, except the fact that we need a machine frame, something we haven't made yet in the assembly table. So it's going to require iron chipset, dense refined iron plate, 2 crushed obsidian, a basic circuit board, and a 10 gear. It's really not that bad at all. So thankfully, we do have everything we need. Let's go grab our carpenter. And in fact, I'm actually going to pop him just for now. We need to set up a big old room to where we have everything ready to go and don't have to worry about stuff and power, and we can just, hook things up and not have a problem. So for now, this will suffice like it always has and always will for the time being. The little redstone, and then all we need to do is fill this guy up with some water. So we should have, I'm guessing I'll just have to grab a bucket. I'm assuming I got rid of that up there, so we'll just grab a quick bucket of water, grab a little bite to eat from our apples, and well, I like it when it sometimes does that with the secondary eating thing. Yeah, I was going to say, you better eat my bucket. There we go. Our basic circuit board getting produced. We're also going to want to go ahead and toss in a couple pieces of obsidian in there. There we go. And I'm assuming, oh, okay, so should have just spread them out probably. There we go. 2 crushed obsidian. So we're going to make a basic machine frame here. And then I believe we needed an iron chipset, which we have. So let's toss this, and this in there. Thus far, we have just about everything, and then we just need the 10 gear and dense refined plates. We need 9 refined iron plates. Ooh. Well then. we are going to need one more indeed. So I'm going to go do that. I'm going to get that last piece up, and then I'm also going to make a quick tin gear, and then we'll be back in just a minute once we're ready to finish crafting our induction smelter. Be back in just a minute. Alright guys, and we're back just about ready to craft our very first machine frame. There we go, let that run, and come on lasers, do your stuff. Yeah, we might be a little low on power at the moment, so okay, I think it's finally, there we go. Now it's not, yeah, okay. Just took a second to actually kind of kick in, I guess. So it's going to take just a second. It does take a pretty decent amount of power. I've already set up everything else we need in here for our induction smelter, and then we'll be ready to go, no problem. And then next up, we are going to have to get our hardened flux ducts going. We are going to need the uranium, the bronze, redstone transmission coils. Okay, we're getting there. We're going to need a few more of those guys. So we still got a little bit more crafting left to go. Oh man, look at all that. Whew. It's going to take a little bit. Just a little bit longer, not too much, but let's see. I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit more silver. Oh, we already had some. Duh. And something else I'm going to have to start heading down for more is some more redstone, because I am actually running quite low at the moment. But we'll go ahead and craft up 2 of those guys. That's what we need for our next thruster here. And then we'll just need the redstone chipsets. We got the bronze gears upstairs. We got everything else. We need 2 pieces of uranium. Ow, ow, ow. Pain and hurt. Ow, pain. Pain. I am surprised that this does not actually physically harm me for some reason. You would think it would, but it doesn't, which is very strange. I think it's just more annoying than anything. Maybe that's what it's supposed to be. Maybe it's just supposed to be annoying, I guess. I'll just go with annoying. Let's toss our bronze in there. And then next up, let's grab our bronze gears. Where are those guys at? Right there. I think I miscalculated. I was supposed to make a couple more of those. Seriously? Why do I have 2 minutes of radiation now? Wow. That's just wonderful. That's exactly what I wanted. 2 minutes of radiation. That's just great. All right, let's grab 9 of these guys. 3 of these. Let's make up a little bit more bronze. I need to turn this off real quick so that way we don't have any issues there. I guess I could fix that by going... I don't know. Does milk fix that? I think that was fixed at some point. But there we go. Another stack of coal dust ready to go, guys. And we have ourselves, it looks like, our basic machine frame, which means we can now make our induction smelter. I'm going to find a room for this, maybe right here for now. Maybe right here instead. I think that'll be fine. This is so obnoxious. This is like the most obnoxious thing ever. I guess I shouldn't touch uranium, apparently. Or maybe it's because it's sitting out in the crafting table? I'm not 100% sure. I'm not a rocket scientist. But there we go. We should have power coming into our induction smelter now. I went ahead and crushed up a little bit more obsidian. We have some obsidian dust in here. I'm going to toss this into our induction smelter. Just a little bit longer. With some lead. And that should give us our hardened glass that we need to hopefully finish up this project. I believe we are going to need 4 pieces of this. There we go. It's finally running. It's good because we might need this induction smelter for other things very soon as well. So let's grab a couple of those guys. Toss them in there. Hardened glass. I think it's actually this way. And then I want to say it was like, please go away. Please go away. Please don't come back. Ah, finally, guys. Finally. We're alive again. We can finally breathe easily. So now we just need a little bit of redstone, and we should have ourselves our hardened flux ducts. Awesome. Don't need that guy anymore. Just need to get our bronze gears ready to go. Our last few. Toss these guys in here. And then I think what goes in the center is the redstone chipset. All right, we just need a couple of those, and we'll be good to go. Hopefully, we will not have any more problems, and we should be able to craft the last few of these without an issue. I think the Reinforced jetpack. What's this require? Steam dynamo. So yeah, we are going to need some more coal chunks, unfortunately, which means we're going to have to probably do another stack of coal, which I don't have, so I might have to just stick to this tier for the time being, which is the next tier up from our leadstone, which is our hardened jetpack. All right, we good down here? No? We good in here? Yep. Pour it out. Let's get it going. Did I even grab the redstone chipsets that I needed? I surely hope I did. All right, and then we have the second hardened flux duct, no problem. We have everything else, redstone reception coils, I believe. We need one more. Let's grab a piece of gold just to make sure. Bloop, bloop, boop, done. Got that guy, ready to go. Bada bing, bada boom, bada boom, boom, boom. We got the Invar, we just need our reactant dynamos, which we have almost ready to go upstairs. Just gotta grab our bronze gears, we need 2 more. And here we go, we have our 2 reactant dynamos. Oh yeah. All right, let's see, we should be able to get these guys put together finally. Just requires a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I guess they don't like clicking in there properly. Nothing ever does. All right, thruster is bloop, 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 bloop. And this guy on top with some Invar around it, and there we have it. Unfortunately, we need another piece of Invar though. Another couple pieces of Invar. Where are you guys hiding at? There we go. 2 more of those. I might have grabbed too many or not enough. I don't know. Just enough. There we go. 2 of those leadstone thruster guys. And let's go ahead and head over here because we're going to need to do some crafting over this way. I know I said something about armor today, guys, but it looks like I might not be able to get quite to the armor portion of this. And if I do, I might just make some like normal armor for the time being, just because don't really have a whole lot of time to do the rest. So there we go, we have ourselves a tier 2 hardened jetpack. We can toss this guy in here, and our next tier, which is going to be the reinforced jetpack, which is something I do plan on going towards. But it looks like we are going to have to get ourselves the fluid transposer magma crucible as well, and we'll have to get some destabilized redstone. Okay, that's not too much of a problem. Destabilized redstone bucket, and then also the steam dynamo, which is going to require another coal chunk or 2. So I'll start working on that very soon. But for now, this guy should work just fine. I like it. All right, guys, we have ourselves some flight. Let's go play around with it outside for a second. But first, I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think. Now that we have some flight, hopefully very soon we will be able to start working on our big project, which is going to be our airship. It's going to be really nice. Let's see. Let's enable hover mode. So as you can see, we don't descend as fast in hover mode on the tier 2. Really nice. I like it. And, well, we do have a little bit more power storage in this one this time, so a lot better. I like it. I'm going to go ahead and get this charged up for next episode. We can have some more fun coming very soon. I want to say thank you guys again for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any helpful tips, tricks, or comments, feel free to put them in the comment section down below. If you guys would rate the video, I'd greatly appreciate it. And until next time, we'll see you guys then. Goodbye.